Hello and welcome to the replay. I hope that this connection works. I haven't tried Periscope in a really long time, but welcome, guys. If you can hear me okay, please let me know. I haven't done a Periscope in so long. I'm a little logistically out of the loop. I see some hearts. Can somebody just say I can hear you? If you can hear me okay. We're going to be talking today really fast about hello, fellow introvert. Yeah, I missed you guys too, but I needed to take some time to recharge. It's been really crucial for me to recharge in the last month or so, and it's still continuing. Oh, thanks guys. I'm so glad you can hear me. Awesome. Where have I been? Well, I have been taking some much needed alone time and taking care of myself, trying to support my own health, support my own need for quiet and silence, and sometimes you don't get that as a homeschooling mama and business builder. So I've been cutting out everything extra that I could cut out so that I could recharge. And I'm not sure I'm recharged, but I also realize that I really need to get back onto Periscope, just at least for this one scope, so I can kind of get myself out of that total recharge mode. And sometimes I find for introverts that it can be really challenging to connect with other people in simple ways that is not challenging at all for extroverts. And so sometimes the conversations and the small talk and even the periscopes can be really challenging to think about doing. But then once you do them, you get that connection with other people and you get that community like I'm getting with you guys right now with your comments. And that can create a different kind of recharge. So it's very interesting. Like for me, small talking is exhausting and really hard, but when I do it and I get a little connection with someone, even through small talk, which is not my preferred way of communicating, that connection and that conversation can give me a boost. So it's this kind of weird like duality with introverts. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Christy Collins. I am a diamond leader with Young Living Essential Oils, and I am a self-proclaimed introvert in a very extroverted industry. And I'm trying to find my own way in this industry and then try to share some tips and tools with you guys so that you who are introverted can feel like you can do this business being yourself and not trying to take on someone else's personality. I will tell you that for me, and feel free to share this if you know other people who are introverted or you have team members who are introverted. You can swipe left to right on an iPhone and share it. You can swipe up on an Android and share it too. Because a lot of times the people you see in network marketing are the extroverts. And they're out there doing all sorts of great things, and I watch them and I'm like, God bless them. And I wish, and sometimes I do what they do. But then I also realize that for introverts, we really want to build in our own ways. This whole business is not about being someone other than who you are. It's about finding your own way to connect with people, develop relationships, develop a network, and then eventually lead a team, lead an organization. So, oh goodness, the garbage truck is coming. Haha, this could be interesting. All right, hopefully he's going the other way first. So what I wanted to talk to you guys today about as I'm on my way back home from my walk is just some simple questions that you can use in conversation with people. Right now, both of my sons are in hockey. I don't know if any of you guys have kids that play hockey or play sports? If you do, please tap the screen for hearts, comment. Here comes the garbage truck. So my boys are in hockey, which is wonderful, but it's also stressful for me as an introvert because every time I take them to practice or go to a game, we got lots of soccer and lacrosse, basketball, yes, parkour. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, dance, exactly. So for me as an introvert, the experience is very different than it is for my husband. My husband goes to the hockey practice and he has what I call like the khaki crew. It's like all the dads and they're all lined up and they're all talking and they're watching the game and they're talking and they're watching, and I sit there and I'm just amazed at them. And I also watch the other moms who are sitting there talking the whole time. I'm like, what are they talking about? Like, I'm fascinated that people find all these things to talk about for like hours every week. It fascinates me. Anyway, so for me, it's stressful because I'm not really a small talk person. But I know that I can't really go into hockey and like go into my deep, in-depth conversations that I have with some of my close friends. That's just not appropriate. It's not appropriate at that time in the relationship. So what I have realized over the past weekend is that I really need to get better at my small talk skills. I said to my husband once, hey, I said, I have a hard time talking to that mom. He's like, you have a hard time talking to a lot of people. And I said, you know what? You're right. And that's not on them. That's on me. I need to grow my small talk muscle. And yes, we talk a lot in network marketing about form and asking about people's families and their occupations and what they do for fun and all that. But sometimes as an introvert, I literally need a cheat sheet in my head of questions that I can ask. Like literally before every hockey practice, I have to set up a list of questions in my head that I can ask, just so that I feel comfortable enough going into that situation. So I would love to hear, before I share some of my questions, I'd love to hear what are some questions that you guys ask if you're in a small talk conversation setting with people. Do you guys have like tried and true questions that really work well for you? And the best ones are ones, of course, that don't get just a yes or no answer, but they actually get a conversation started, right? Does anybody have any of those that they want to share? You can type them into the comments. Ask about kids. Yep. Asking about kids. So what do you ask about their kids? See, real introverts, literally you say ask about their kids, and introverts are like, I don't know what to say. So what do you guys say specifically about their kids? What do you ask about? Because that's what I've noticed. All the moms are just talking about each other's kids. And I'm always like, wow, that's so fascinating. They can spend an hour just talking about their kids. So let's see, Maria reads the newspaper. Okay, so you keep up on current events. That's what my husband does too. He reads the newspaper online, asks how they keep the uniforms clean, ages, names, ask if they're local. Yes, that's a great idea. Do they like their sport? Do they like their school? Who their teacher is? What activities they enjoy? Yes. Yes, where are you from? How's it different? Yes, that is a great question. I can't read your Onslow harp. Asking, are you from here? I have a cousin, Karen, who is amazing at asking questions. She is a lawyer, and I sit there and I watch her and I'm in awe. This girl can ask, it's just like rapid fire questions. It's crazy. And one of her favorite questions, which I had never thought to ask until I saw her in action, was, are you from here? And if they say yes, she'll say, oh, where'd you grow up, right? And is your family still in the area? Do you have any brothers or sisters? That one question then creates this whole spitfire, of other questions. And then if they say, no, I'm not from here, you say, oh, where did you grow up? And then they say, oh, I grew up in, I don't know, let's say Arkansas, right? And I'll usually say, oh, Arkansas, that's fascinating. I've never been there. What is Arkansas like? What was it like to grow up there? Right now, you can have a great question about their childhood, what it was like there. If it's a place you'd want to visit, you could say, oh, I'd love to, that's always been on my list of places to visit. What would be the top 3 things for me to do if I go to Arkansas, right? So those are great questions. The one thing I'm doing right now, I'm experimenting with this kind of small talk, is I'm asking people for help. It says, what I was thinking of is, what are the kinds of questions that I love to answer and the kinds of questions that make me feel good when someone asks them of me? And I really like it when people ask me for help. I have a little bit of yellow in me, for those of you who know the personality colors, and it's just enough yellow that I feel really good if I can share information or help somebody. So let me give you 3 examples of questions that you can ask someone for help with that can get a whole other host of conversations started. Okay, so first of all, I always think about, let's just go very simple. Let's go back to basics. The weather, right? I hate asking people about the weather or the whole like, oh, it's so nice out. But one of the things I'll do right now, because in New England, we have so many leaves right now. And we're starting to come up on winter time, and last winter was really brutal, really brutal. So I will say something to people like, oh my gosh, what are you guys doing with all your leaves? Like, how are you getting rid of all your leaves in your yard right now? I'm going to show you my driveway, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Hold on. There's my driveway, right? That's why I'm asking people about leaves. So then I'll say, hey, how did you guys fare during the ice dams last year? Did you guys get any ice dam trouble? What are you doing this year to prevent ice dams, right? So then they can talk about what they're doing. We can talk about any contractors they've used. We can talk about whether their kids are raking the leaves or if someone else is raking their leaves. If you're in California, you have the drought going on right now, right? So you can talk about, how are you guys doing with the drought? Have you found any creative ways to reduce water usage? Just like asking people for help, asking them for their ideas. Really, really fun way to get a conversation started. So the next thing that I like to use when I ask for help is something seasonal. And right now we're having, I'm going to sit down here on my steps. So right now, we're coming into the holiday season. So I have found a great question to ask people is, I'm looking to start a new holiday tradition with my family. What do you guys do for the holidays? Do you have any traditions or rituals that you do? People love talking about the rituals, right? So that's such a fun thing. Or Thanksgiving, like, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? We're looking for a new, a new turkey trot to do. Have you ever done one? Do you know where there might be a turkey trot? We're looking for volunteer opportunities for Thanksgiving. Do you volunteer? Do you know anybody who does? Like, just asking people for information, asking them for help. Such a great, great way to do that. And then the other thing you can do is just ask people for ideas around something fun, right? So I always love to ask people, what are you, we're looking for a good date night activity, something that is not dinner and movies. So what do you guys do for date night? Or what do you do when you go out and have fun with your girlfriends? Like, I'm looking for ideas for things to have fun. Okay, so that's a great thing to ask. Or even with kids, we're looking to take a little weekend trip away with our kids. Where did you guys last go as a family? So fun, because now people can share a memory with you. Now they're connecting you with a good memory. You're getting a great idea. So you're feeling good because you're getting good info. Then you've got somebody else that's feeling good because they're helping you. And it's kind of this win-win thing going on. So do you guys have any suggestions for questions like that you could ask? Something to help you out in a very indirect way. I don't need any help. Trust me, I do. But I literally have to think of these things before I go into situations. Before I go to Thanksgiving dinner with my family, I will be thinking of questions. What are you making for Thanksgiving? That's a great question. Ask for a recipe. I'm going to steal both of those. I love those. Because right now I do need some recipes. I'm so tired of cooking. What else? What could you ask people about? It's great to have ideas. You guys could brainstorm this on your Facebook groups with all your business builders. Great questions, conversation starters, a good indoor play space for kids. Yes. So winter's coming. So you can be talking to parents, even saying, hey, we're looking for a really good pediatrician. Who do you use? Or gosh, we're looking to branch out from our regular doctor. We're looking to start maybe doing acupuncture or craniosacral this winter time. Who do you use? Have you tried that before? Yes, ask about play dates, ask about the kids. People do love talking about kids. I think what I'm going to do is list out the top 5 things that I love talking about when people ask me about it. And then I'm going to start asking people about those things. All right? Well, this was fun, guys. Thank you for joining me. Get back into the Periscope world a little bit. I hope that you guys found this helpful. I hope that you will go out and share some of these tips with some of the introverts on your team or in your life and use some of them for yourself too. And I hope that you have an awesome day.